As major U.S. cities prepare for a total lockdown to combat the COVID-19 pandemic, police, state troopers, and the Army and Air National Guard are preparing for martial law. And that means you need to prepare for mass quarantines. So what is martial law going to look like, and how long will the quarantines last? Well, right now, nobody really has the answer to those questions, but what we can do is look at what's already happened and what is occurring right now in other countries who are fighting to contain the virus. And what we do know for sure is that once the lockdowns begin, expect them to quickly spread across the country. For example, it was only a month ago when everything seemed perfectly normal in Italy. People filled the cafes and restaurants as usual, tourism was normal, and businesses were thriving. But now, just 4 weeks later, the streets are almost completely empty amid a nationwide lockdown imposed by the Italian government.
Italy unable to wake up from its nightmare. 475 more deaths in 24 hours, the deadliest day in the coronavirus outbreak anywhere.
It was a gut punch to see that video today out of Bergamo with the army having to come in and move the bodies because they're just piling up.
Italy's coronavirus death toll has surged past 9,000 lives. 820 people have died in the last 48 hours. Their healthcare system has reached the breaking point, and police are now patrolling the streets with drones. Harsh prison sentences have been proposed for anyone who breaks the coronavirus isolation. So all you have to do to predict when massive quarantines might hit the U.S. is look at the timelines in other countries. And you'll see that massive lockdowns are occurring on about 21 to 23 days after the first community spread of the virus. And that means America could start seeing major lockdowns and quarantines as soon as this weekend. Meanwhile, New York City Mayor Bill de Blasio is already calling for military intervention to combat the outbreak. And globalists like Bill Gates are now pushing for COVID-19 tracking bracelets and invisible tattoos to monitor the masses.
Bill Gates and MIT developed a new tattoo ID to check for vaccinations. They do a test. If you are negative for COVID-19, you get that little wristband for 1 day. You have to do it again the next day. If you want to travel, if you want to go to work, you want to go to school, you're going to have to get that permission from the government.
It's actually a nanotech chip sewn into your flesh. So you talk about Mark of the Beast, man, this is it.
Now, Denmark has already passed a law enabling forced coronavirus vaccinations. Citizens who refuse to be tested will face fines, prison time, and will be prevented from entering shops, grocery stores, public transports, and hospitals. Most cities within the United States have already begun emergency measures to limit public gatherings to 10 people or less, and it is now a crime in most places, punishable by hefty fines, imprisonment, or both if you dare defy the public order.
The San Francisco Bay Area on lockdown due to the COVID-19 pandemic.
They're calling it shelter in place, and they're ordering all residents to remain in their place of residency starting midnight tonight.
Everything we ever warned you about, exactly as we warned you about it, is now happening.